So our simulation is running. I'd like to remind you guys what we're doing here. So we're running an isothermal simulation of two adsorption column. Basically, we're simulating two adsorption columns. Then each of these adsorption columns undergoing so-called Skarstrom PSA cycle, but they're off phase by 180 degrees. So if one is doing the things and the other one is doing the other things, so they're kind of off phase, and the purpose for doing that is we want a continuous stream of products generated from this cycle. However, as you know, PSA is a cyclic dynamic system, so when one is producing, the other one is basically regenerating, and the one that's regenerating is now able to produce, and the first one can actually undergo regeneration. So that's why we run these in number of even numbers, pairs, right? Because they're able to work together to allow that continuous output of products. In this simulation in particular, we're simulating adsorption of air onto geolite 5A, and then the low pressure is subambient pressure, and then high pressure is copper bars, and then basically the purpose is to generate oxygen, right? So oxygen for medical usage or oxygen for different applications. We need to we get those oxygen from air actually. So the feed stream will be containing nitrogen 75% mole fraction, and then 21% oxygen approximately, ignoring other components, and then the raffinate product from the top end of the column that we want to collect ideally should have pure oxygen. So adsorption wise, onto geolite 5A, nitrogen has stronger affinity towards geolite 5A than the oxygen molecules, so nitrogen is able to get adsorbed onto the adsorbent more so than oxygen molecules. So you end up having pure oxygen molecule as your product, but then you cannot just go separate forever, right? Because the adsorption has finite mass, its capacity is limited, so you need to actually stop the production and regenerate, and then that's what's going on. So basically, the Skarstrom PSA cycle is consisted of four distinct steps, right? First, it's repressurization to the high pressure using the raffinate product, in this case, pure oxygen. Once you reach the high pressure, then you can feed into the bottom end of the adsorption column so that the feed, which contains nitrogen and oxygen, can be separated. And then you run high pressure feed up until the breakthrough happens, which means that you start to have some nitrogen coming out from the top, and then you don't want that, so you need to stop. Because again, adsorption capacity for these adsorbents with finite mass are limited. So once you hit that breakthrough, and then you need to depressurize, by lowering the pressure inside the adsorption column, which evacuates the content of the adsorption column. But then that's not done, because once that's done, then we need to purge out the remaining heavy key from the system, which are nitrogen molecules, using some of the raffinate product or pure oxygen, and then just sweeping out the void space in the adsorption column with the oxygen, and then you repeat the cycle again and again. So let me stop this video here, and then we can analyze the graphs in the next one.